That's not what we do.
Okay. First of all, when you read the polls that are out there, there are three kinds of polls. One poll is taken among adults, half of whom don't vote. The other is taken among registered voters, a third of whom don't vote. The other is taken among likely voters, only 10% of whom don't vote. Now, when I say don't vote, that's Obama's strongest demographic. I mean, he sweeps those votes overwhelmingly. He gets the votes of people that don't vote by huge margins.
Dead or alive.
Yeah. And as a result, when you include people that don't vote, Obama looks real good in those polls. But if you look at the people that do vote, likely voters, the most important poll there is by Scott Rasmussen, who does likely voters. It's twice as expensive to do likely voters, because you got to call 2 registered voters to get 1 likely voter. So they don't do it, but Rasmussen does. And he has Romney always ahead by 2 or 3, sometimes as much as 5 points. It's a daily poll, it drives you crazy, but ultimately it's been about that. But even that does not state what is really going to happen, because those polls tend to have Romney at 45, 46, 47, 48, and Obama at 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, somewhere in there. So there's an undecided vote of usually about 10 points. Well, undecided voters always, always, always go against the incumbent. Let me ask you a question. Are you going to be married to the same person next year? Yes. If you tell me you're undecided. What does that say about your relationship? Don't buy a new house, you know? Don't have other kids. You're undecided. The undecided voter has decided that they don't want this guy to stay as president. They just haven't been fully sold on the alternative, or don't know the other guy's name, or haven't really checked the other guy out. And I went back in all presidential elections to 1964, and I looked at every election where an incumbent president was seeking re-election. And in some of those elections, the incumbent president won by a landslide. Johnson against Goldwater in 64, Nixon against McGovern in 72, Reagan against Mondale in 84, Clinton against Dole in 96, landslide victories. But in every one of those elections, every single one, all of the undecided vote went for the challenger, whether it was Goldwater or McGovern or Mondale or Dole or any of those guys. The incumbent didn't get any of those votes. So when I see a survey that says Obama's at 47 and the other guy's at 44, I'm looking at a survey that's really telling me it's 56-44. And that's why I believe, and I've said all over the place for a long time, that I think that Obama's going to lose by a landslide. And then let me overlay another stat on you. From the very first time this bill was neared passage, after that Gallup poll you talked about where it was 64% approval, the polling has been pretty consistent. 40% support this Obamacare law and 55% oppose it. Well, I'll take that as an election result.
You bet. You bet.
I'm not greedy. 15 points is enough for me. And if the election is about health care, which is what Roberts has decreed that it is, and all of us understand that it is, then the election results will approach the support oppose on Obamacare. And it puts Obama in a very difficult political situation strategically. The more he talks about Obamacare, the more he makes that the central issue. But the less he talks about it, the less he's able to defend it, and the more public opinion goes against it. Now, until now, he hasn't had that problem because we've all assumed the Supreme Court's going to take care of it. We don't have to bother with it. They'll take care of it. They'll throw it out. And we'll come around after the election and clean up some of the debris that's left in place after their decision. Not anymore. Now it's all going to hinge on how we vote in this election. And Obama can't be out there pushing and fighting for Obamacare, because the more he does that, the more he makes it the major issue. And if he doesn't talk about it, the more he cedes the playing field, and then he loses the issue. So it's a very tough situation for him. And you know, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.